One of the biggest problems I see with people running paid ads is that they don't understand the basics of looking at the metrics, doing what the metrics are telling you to do, and just rinsing and repeating. I think too many people are very caught up in algorithm changes, all that kind of different stuff, iOS changes that are happening, external factors that are controlling marketing. And I think the biggest key to running successful ad campaigns, or even just paid ad, organic marketing, any kind of marketing campaign, the key is looking at the metrics that actually drive the results and then taking action based off of those things. And then a really big thing outside of that is actually looking at, well, what are the consumers saying? What do they want? What's a problem that we're trying to solve? And then really building your marketing campaign off of those key elements. This is a really big thing that I see a lot of people ignoring. And in this video, I want to show you a very basic framework to tackle those problems, to find the metrics that matter, and then to take action based off of those things. So what I've got here pulled up is a funnel diagnostic sheet, and it's pretty much a baseline that I like to teach people, that I like to follow myself when it comes to analyzing what ads are working, which ones are not, and then what actions should I actually take off of those things. Now, before looking at this, what I like to do a lot of the time is to look inside my ad account and see, well, first off, does the ad align with where I'm sending people? If I'm sending people to a landing page, does that ad make sense to the landing page that they're going to? Is the offer the same? Is it talking to the people in the same way? Is there ad to lander or ad to destination alignment? If that's a yes, and if that basic stuff is kind of out of the way, this is where I usually like to come to next. And I just like to go down the list and look at these KPIs and see what's off, what's not off. So for example, we'll go down this list. We'll look at, hey, is our cost per link click less than $3? Now, these KPIs here are all pretty standard across most industries. For some industries, some objectives, these may be actually a little bit too expensive, or these may actually be a little bit too cheap. So you may have to adjust them based on the industry. But generally speaking, if your cost per link click is less than $3, you're in good shape. Now, let's say it wasn't. Well, what does that exactly mean? Just cost per link click is really expensive. Great. I don't know what to do with that information. What to do next? So really the key here is seeing that, let's say this is high. Well, what does cost per link click means? It's just telling us how many times someone has actually clicked the button or the link in the ad and has started that journey over to either the landing page, the form, or the destination, wherever that is that you're sending them. Now, after that point, what does it actually affect? Well, in most cases, your cost per link click is going to affect just your overall performance of your ad, because it gives you a really good picture of how well is your overall ad doing, how good of a job is your ad doing at getting people to click and then to go to that next step, right? It's usually related to copy and headline. Now, there's a couple different ways you can influence it. After that point, I can say, okay, well, maybe I can change the lead into my ad copy, the first couple of lines of text. From there, maybe my ad audience alignment, I should probably check on that to make sure that the audience I'm targeting is aligned to what the ad is actually saying. You could check out placements. You could say, hey, are there any placements that are cheaper than others? And then you can also do some small micro tests by testing very different things across the board, whether it's a headline, kind of the similar kind of things here. And you basically just rinse and repeat. Now, sometimes there's not enough information to for sure tell you that, let's say, the creative is the biggest problem if your link click is high. That's when you keep going down this list and I keep basically drilling in on these creatives or on these different metrics to see what's wrong and what isn't. So if I go to the next one and I say, okay, well, let's look at my click-through rate. My click-through rate sucks. Well, this is really a lot more directly related to my ad creative. Now, if this metric is really, really bad, that means something's up with my ad creative, and that could actually be affecting my link click. Let's maybe focus on that. And you'll keep going down the list and you'll determine what are those bottlenecks, what is it affecting, how are they relating to each other, and then there's different ways that you can fix it. And it's basically just by taking that thing in isolation, testing it in a new way, and seeing if that fixes it. I think a lot of people really miss this, and I really wanted to make a video showing how easy it can be to just follow this very simple KPI cheat sheet. And some of it you may need to tweak depending on you, your industry, your offer, the budget you're running, different things like that. And that's okay, but it's super important, yes, to see, is my marketing actually doing the job? Am I testing enough creative? Am I doing enough of that? But if you're not looking at the core metrics, that's a huge mistake. It's as if, it's like if you were just every day operating your business, not looking at your bank account, not knowing what's coming in and out, not knowing what your pipeline looks like for sales calls, it's the same thing. These are leading and lagging indicators to show you how well everything is doing. So I'd highly recommend to check this out, to think through, well, what metrics can I track? What metrics can I do and take action off of in your advertising? And then from there, it'll help guide a lot of your decisions. So if you're interested in this, just click the first link in the description. This is totally free. You can get it in my Skool community, which is totally free. And from there, you can get access to this and you can start to kind of follow along and use these metrics to guide your decisions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you track your metrics, and I'll see you in the next one.